29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14. 13. 12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1. 0.
Well, we're gonna use this headphone tonight because I didn't want to have to set up the entire microphone. And to tell you the truth, I don't think the audio is any better. It's just kind of a pain in the ass. The only thing I can do is I can play music over it, and we're not going to do that tonight. So where's Swags? MIA. Swags has been working with what is it? Rosecraft Knives. I think she and the owner are dating. So where is everyone? Well, there's 7 people here. Mark Clown, I dislocated my pinky again. I'm going to have to talk to my doctor about this. There is definitely something up. Okay, how's the audio level? It's not too loud, right? I just want to make sure because the microphone is right here. So, yes, Mark Clown, I do live. And I wanted to give a shout out to everybody, all the new members, anybody that joined the Gilded server. I saw we had some new members. Before we do this, all this stuff, Blue Swan, thanks, bro, you the man. Hey, Ninja's here. Hang on. This microphone's really sensitive, and I don't want to bang into it. Oh, it has a button. Wait, I'm blue. Never mind. So I've had a lot of caffeine, but something I wanted to do before we do this, I wanted to give a shout out to all the paying members. So we're going to do that right now. Even though it happens in all the videos, sometimes it gets missed and people don't get to see it. So I have a list of all of my paying members, and we're going to read through them from bottom to top and just give everybody a quick shout out. So here we go. We're going to share this page. Share a screen. Chrome tab. This one right here. So we're going to look at all these. So we have from the very beginning, the first paying member I ever had, Metalman Sean, Lock Rye, whatever it is, Chanabaji, Quick Sottle Tales, Alex Io, Keith Robinson, Eric Mora, Ian Kitagawa 357, Ben Otterbacker, Spitfire, Aiden Miguel, Nathan Thurman, House YouTube, which is 2A Dave, K Mason, Big Red EDC, K Man 532, Josh Worth, Zach Stuff, Therapeutic Edge, Kim Otterbox, Stacy Bolsterblade. Stacy, the knife you sent me is in my pocket right as we speak. Custom EDC Knives, Ben Marshall, Ethan Ruins EDC, Bill Paget, Jake Hopkins, Miles Rost, Will B, Panzer NZ, Beard of the Weirdo, Justin High, Lacey Lace, Larry Elzanato, pardon me if I can't pronounce your names, JB Knife Connector, Ruben Abrigado, Hiking with a Viking, The Bearded Doom, Winston Cobretti, Bloody Ninja, Fred McLean, Levi Collins, Mickey Constum, Demonic 13, Chuck It FPV, ST3VE, Steve, Tyler Vincent, John P, Tom Sheehan, Alice, over at Alice Alicord, Paracord, Juan 23 is a guy I used to work with, Murky, Brent Barney, James, Keen Custom Tools, Javon, Pitt, Todd Carr, Neil Drake, Kyle Cunnell, I think that's how you pronounce it, Bald Ass in, Steve Pickering, Darth BMX, Mark Clown, D Green 925, Robert Douglas, Scoutmaster Avery, Sharp Guy ATX, King Snake Jake, Ember 13, Joe Striker, Warren Albrecht, Fox 507, Parker Rocky Top, Custom Steve Wallace, Daniel was used, Dang Ross, Mark H, Paul Windmiller, 9mm Mike, I Love Knives, Flip Flap, Nick Martino, and Aaron B. So there you go. Everybody got a shout out today. I just thought that would be fun. So There we go. If Doom is okay with it, I think it would be fun to play his story in the story time in the video. Maybe we'll see. I've got, okay, so there is a ton of new arrivals at Blade HQ that I have set up for us to look at. So, guys, hang on just a second. I was early enough to see it. See what? So you get yourself called out? Let's give me just a second. I have to go take care of this. I apologize. I know we're doing a live feed, but I gotta go for just a second. I gotta talk to my wife and daughter. Hang on, just for a second. Give me just a moment. Ha ha! There we go. I was sorry. My wife needed me to put something up in the cupboard. She had started to get it up in the upper cupboard, and she couldn't get it all the way, and she couldn't get it. It was like awkward. So my daughter was like, "Mom needs help." So we have audio now, correct? What's everyone carrying? Oh, I got my Norseman, and this is in the front pocket of my. For as many people as says that these are garbage, I actually really like this knife. Today's video should say it. So, there's a button on the back of this. There's a button on the back of that, and when I tossed it in the chair, it doesn't take much. I don't think I got this all the way back in place yet. Ah, it fucking hurts. Oh, hey, here you go. We're using the boom mic on my headphones, so I can't do any of the fancy audio. But what I was saying was, thank you very much, Aiden. What I was saying was, there we go. There's a lot of stuff that is new arrivals on Blade HQ. And what I was thinking we would do is share that. So we're gonna take a quick look at some of this stuff in just a minute. Ah, crap. There's no, see, I want to share the screen, but I don't want to keep it up there. Share. There we go. And then we'll do that. Okay. So Blade HQ has a bunch of new stuff that's available, new arrival stuff, and I just kind of want to look at it. We've looked at a bunch of, I know I put the Mall Ninja background up. We've looked at a bunch of crappy stuff at a lot of weird places, but we haven't looked at a reputable retailer to see what's going on. And considering I haven't got to go to a knife show since this time last year, guys, I think this is gonna have to be dealt with. Yes, Robert, don't pull a Neves. I don't know what we're talking about. Watch the video. I cannot disengage the lock on it. I've gotten 3 from certain slash and piff and giveaway winnings. Okay, it's really simple. If you're putting your hand here, if you put your thumb on that, it's not going to disengage. You simply open it here, put your fingers on that pivot right there, and just pop it once. You don't pull up, you don't pull back. You simply pop. That's all it is. And that's why a lot of people break them, is because they're holding on to it like this and they pull back and they think they're going to be able to pull back, but they're stopping it with their hand, or they're pulling up or they're pulling down. That's all it is. So, what is this? The musty mustard. How are you, sir? At any rate, like I was saying, what we've got is add to stream. There we go. There is a bunch of stuff that's available. I won't have any strength. Like, if my hands, I'm gonna have to go. I think I'm gonna wind up having to go. This really is bothering me. It's not my. I've had a problem with this pinky finger. I dislocated it years ago, and since then, it just decides every once in a while you're using it that it's just gonna come out of place at the knuckle right here, and it did, and now it's partially in, partially out, and it hurts. So it's separated. I don't have the strength in my hands. I don't. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, there is no, it's not like there's any strength. It's literally, I don't know. So let's go ahead and we'll get this out of here. Let's go ahead and we're going to start looking at some of this stuff. So these are the new arrivals, and this is all Burnley. Guys, I don't get it. I'd hope someday, I mean, I'll probably be dead by the time it happens, but I hope someday anything that I designed will be anywhere near as popular as one of the Nucks that Burnley does. So this is these are the Burnley Nucks. They're just basically bottle openers. So you got the Microtech Ultratech SE in purple for $310. Oh, there's the Beagle. That's what Parker, Rocky Top Customs won. Honey Badger knives. I'm curious about this. I am curious about this. Have you guys ever dealt with the Honey Badger knives? What does hidden do? I don't know what that is, Mock Clown. Has anybody handled any of these Honey Badger knives? I saw this one earlier, and I'm kind of curious. It's only $30, but what I'm curious about is this. That looks... I kind of looked at this earlier. Are they awesome? Because when I look at that, like what's in here, all that jimping on that looks hideous. I don't know. I don't know what, I don't know how I feel about that. I'd have to handle one because that really looks, yeah, no, that doesn't look good to me. But I was just curious because I've heard a couple people say that they were okay, but I haven't ever gotten to handle one. I want to see one of these. One of these Microtech Kurahi fixed blade fighting knives. I want to see one of these. These look pretty cool. I kind of want to see one, but I'm curious about... Yours didn't have the choil? Yours didn't have the choil. Okay. So yeah, I'm curious. They're $349. It's a good looking knife. What's the length? Overall 9.8, just under 8 inches. That's not, it's M390 drop point. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's nothing like the Microtech I've got here that I have to get back to. I got to get it back to its owner. John P., who is one of the paying members. John P. sent this along. This is definitely some serious Microtech action going on here. This is that Microtech Arbiter. I found out, we did the original video, I found out that this was designed by his son. Now I just can't think of his son's name. Let's see here. Oh, let's go back here. I don't like these Red Horse knives, mini tomahawks. And I'm not a fan. I know that it's gonna, Southern Grind Spider Monkey. is not a bad knife with white bone. Is that white bone actual bone, or is it white bone micarta? I think that's actually bone. That's pretty cool. I like the natural materials, but I'm not a big fan of the sheepdog. I know a lot of you guys already know that. Not such a big fan of it. It's not a horrible knife, but it's okay. But I definitely don't like these Red Horse Knife Works Karambits, Karamahawk. I'm not. My bad. What? What's going on? What did you guys do? Hang on. I got to check something. They say there's a problem in the gilded. I've got to look at it here. I've got it on my other tab here. General chat. What is this? What's the problem? I'm looking for the problem. Oh, that one. Are you talking about what the Hobbit posted? Okay, I'm coming back. I'm on. On the gilded. Okay, I can't check all of it. Hang on a second. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't. Okay, I see. Okay, I don't see what's going on. I don't see anything in the gilded. I don't see anything on the gilded, so we'll have to talk about that later. At any rate, so yeah, I don't really like these. I don't like these Red Horse knives, Karamahawks, whatever they call it, Karamahawk, Mini Tomahawk, Bare Bones Bronze, for $195. I mean, they're only 6 inches, D2 steel. I don't really think I like them too much. That doesn't look like something that would be up my alley. What is this? Tops Knives Muley combo with Kydex sheet, Skinner, and saw. I do have to say, you are going. Are you talking about Mock Clown? Are you talking about what the Hobbit sent? What little Nico sent? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I like I like most of the top stuff. This is pretty cool. So you're getting a saw. You're getting a muley saw and a muley Skinner. What's the length on these? Overall length 8.75. Overall length 9.13. I imagine this is the saw's 9.13. That's pretty cool. I'm sorry, I got to check something again. I don't know. I don't see anything. So if somebody could tell me, like, if you could be a little bit more specific or send me a DM to tell me exactly what's going on in the gilded. I mean, I'm not really worried. I'm not going to worry about gilded right now. I can't really worry about gilded right now. I'm trying to see what's going on. I can't, guys. I can't do both this and a live feed. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. So at any rate, we got somebody at the server that's not supposed to be. So hang on. At any rate, I like these tops. I like these tops knives, the muley sets. They seem pretty good. That's just a picture of you and Aiden talking. So at any rate, sorry guys, sorry, I'm trying to run two things at once. But back to Blade HQ. So yeah, I like these muley sets. They're pretty good. You can get the saw or the thing separate, but the set together is $340, which is not a bad price. Tops knives are usually really good. M-Tech button lock. There you go. $20. That's up. That's right up the alley. That's right up the alley right there. So yeah. Says it's Town's alt. Unless he became a paying member. But I'm telling you right now that that's that account you're talking about is absolutely Aiden. So yeah, typo. Okay. At any rate, we're all here. We're all here. We're cool. Don't talk about just don't tell me anything about the Gilded server. I can always solve that later. Sorry, it's been a hectic day. We've had threats to the channel from a dick bag. We're not going to talk about it here because, well, technically, you know, fuck him. But yeah, this is that M-Tech button lock. You know, it's garbage. Somebody told me though that some of the M-Techs were not horrible. There was like an actual pricey M-Tech out there. But there's your M-Tech. Then you got Bradford knives. While I'm not a huge fan of the Guardians 3 and 4, they are great knives. I just don't like them because like just size and blade stock thickness. But Brad and his wife are really, really nice, and they've really started to get some recognition that's due to them for the work that they've done with a lot of their knives. These are really, really quality knives. It's just not a knife for me. It's just not a knife I would pick out for me. Did it again. Yes, I was talking with his wife about that. They do a kitchen knife, a series of kitchen knives. I'm bringing it back up. Sorry about that, guys. They do a series of kitchen knives, and I talked to him about it at Blade Show West. We actually filmed with them talking about their kitchen knives. So they're actually some good looking knives. They do them in a couple of different steels. They do some stuff in M390. M390, not such a great kitchen knife steel. It lacks a lot of the things that you want in a kitchen knife steel, but they still were very good kitchen knives from everything I could see. So Gerber, the Gerber impromptu tactical pin. These are discontinued models. All these, this is supposed to be new arrivals and it's discontinued. So there's the Gerber Harsey Air Ranger liner lock, $32.99, discontinued. But these Gerber pins, tactical pins, are just something silly to me. These are quick release keychain system. I don't know 100% what I would want that for. Oh, absolutely. I don't want it. There you go. Condor. I wanted to talk about Condor knives here a couple weeks ago. I was talking with somebody. Condor is actually making some really good stuff. I've seen a bunch of them in the past. I've sharpened a bunch of them. Can we see what in the sheath? I don't know what we're trying to look at, but Condor makes a bunch of really good. I mean, when you talk about utilitarian, yeah, that looks good. When you're talking about utilitarian knives, these are up there. They make some really good. They make some of the really good kukris. A lot of their outdoor knives are really great. They're thick. They're not super great on heat treat, but they are good, solid all around, especially like their carbon steel stuff. It's made from leaf springs and stuff like that. Solid knives. So that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. It's a lot like the BK2, only bigger. It's a big BK2. And so their knives are always good. If you're an outdoorsman and you want something you can just beat the shit out of, these are absolutely the way to go with the Condor knives. You really can't go wrong. In the sheath, if you guys want to see it in the sheath, Condor sheaths are Kydex. They're not huge. Blade length on this is 9 inches, so it's 15 inches overall. But the handle on that, look at the handle on that. That looks comfortable. So overall, that looks like a really good, comfortable knife. Let's see here. What else we got? We got the Medford Gentleman Air Jack slip joint in Coyote Brown. I don't really like these, but they're not bad. I like the fact it has the nail neck that goes all the way up. I'm not a fan of that right there, which seems to be really prevalent in a lot of the knives that Greg makes. It's a knife maker choice. I know other makers that do that. John Gray and I argue all the time about sharpening notches and edge termination and stuff like that. But that's not horrible. There's a lot of other knives that do that. But I'm not a fan of it. But that's a good looking blade shape. Let's see what else they got as far as picks. What is it? S35VN. That's not a bad looking knife. It's nice and clean. It's a slip joint. I have no need for a slip joint, especially not a $325 slip joint, but that's not a bad one, Greg. Good job, Greg. That's the first I've seen any of those. I knew he had started making some of those. We're not going to look at any of this stuff. Benchmade Mini Griptilian limited edition. Sure as fuck would not pay $207 for a Griptilian. Absolutely outside of what I would think. GiantMouse. Here is a company that I have not talked about a lot, but I've had a couple of their knives, and they wind up being really good knives. These are usually really, really good knives. They're not great. They're not horrible. How thick is it though? I don't know. But the GiantMouse knives, I think, what is it? Who makes those? It's GiantMouse and Ace or something like that. I know they're done fucking Italy, France. I don't remember. I could probably look, but they are really good knives. Let's see here. What's it say here? GiantMouse, Ace, Jutland, Italy, made in Italy. 420 steel. Their knives are usually pretty decent. I had a GiantMouse knife for a while. That was a gift from a subscriber, and it was a lot of fun. I wound up giving it away. Some girl at a bar was like, "Oh, I don't have a knife," and this and that. And I was like, it was the pool hall. It was one of the owners sisters, and I was like, here, take this. You shouldn't have, like, no one should be without a knife, and I don't ever carry it, so I gave away my GiantMouse, the Iona or the Leona, whatever it is. I gave away one of those just because this poor girl didn't have a knife. Like, I think every person should have a knife in their backpack. Let's see. What else have they got that's brand new on their new arrivals? Medford Marfione Custom Stitch. Look at this. There you go. 3760 or 3786. $3,786 for a Marfione custom. I gotta know what is so, like, this one isn't any. I'm just curious. What's the, like, I'm not seeing any of the bells and whistles that I would typically expect in a Marfione custom, guys. This is, I can't, you know what? I just don't see the bells and whistles on this one I see on other Marfione customs. Usually they're really finely, high polish and stuff like that. Better be hand ground by him and come with feet pics from Tony himself. Yeah, that's a little crazy right there. That's a bit much. I'm just not seeing it on this one. Like, if I'm going to spend that much on a Marfione, which I would spend that much on a Marfione custom if it's the right one, and if it was probably a placeholder, I don't know, but we go back because I think there's more than one of these listed. So there's that one, and this is another one. DLC Boker Microtech. Let's read it. Let's see what it says. For custom collaboration between Boker blades, each is handmade by a member or multiple members of the Marfione family. The knife genius is behind Microtech. So that means that it could be multiple people. I just don't see it. I just don't see spending that at this point after I've had so many knives. After I've had so many knives come in, you would buy that one. That one I like a lot better, but still, I've had so many knives recently come in that were so good at so much less. And I'm not talking like trying to compare it to like $40, $50 knives, but there's some really good knives. There's another one like Signature Series, $350. That's a sensible price for this. This is a GTI push dagger. What's GTI? What company is this? Ginrich Tactical Innovations. That's not bad. I'm not a fan of Phillips head. I'm not a fan of Phillips screws on anything. They have a tendency to strip out a little bit easier than I would like. What is this? Stroop knives. $240. That's not bad. That's not too bad looking. I wouldn't turn that down if you tried to give it to me. What's the steel on this? Oh, $10.95. I don't know if I want to pay. I don't know if I want to pay $240 for a knife in $10.95. Definitely not this one. I definitely don't like this. I don't like this one at all. I don't think that knife would appeal to me at all. Hellhound is also tempting. I've sharpened a couple of them. I'll tell you right now, they're not great. They're really, really thick up towards the front. They are attractive, but then again, this one is not. this one's not a real super functional blade shape. I mean, for what it would be used for, you know, that's what it's going to be used for, letting the air out of someone. Do I have any experience with Stroop knives or Watchman knife and tool? I do not. It looks like a well-made knife. I just don't know if I want to pay that much for $10.95 that I don't, you know, that I didn't do myself. Here's the thing, having as a knife maker, you become a little bit like questioning of knives, especially custom knives like heat treat and stuff on steel, especially knowing how incredibly picky 1095 can be, having dealt with it and made knives out of it. I just immediately assume the worst of. I guarantee he probably does an amazing job. It's just I can't. I don't know. But there's some crazy HRC. I mean, you can get some stupid crazy HRCs out of 1095. I've done it. It comes out great. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's just knowing how difficult they can be to work with. So let's there we go. That's what I was trying to do. Let's see here. Why? Okay. I'm having a hard time with this, guys. It's not wanting to work the way it's supposed to. There we go. There we go. Now, these I definitely know are great, great knives. The guys over at what is it? Dutch Bushcraft. They've done videos about this. This is a good looking knife right here. And I mean, it's just bare bones, nothing special, just a really good all around bushcraft knife right here. There's your sheath, a lot like a Mora. $164. It is in VG10, 8.25. Blade length is 3.75. 3 3.75. Blade, it's a convex grind, so you're getting a really good, almost like God damn it, I can't think of it off the top of my head. There's another. Looks like a cold steel hunter. Kinda. It does look like the cold steel. What was that? The Big Bear Hunter or something like that? Let's see here. What else? Now, see, I've had these in. So we're going to skip this. I don't like these. I don't like these open frame locks like this. I've handled a couple of them. It has nothing to do. It's not so much that they feel weird. They feel too light. Have you ever had that happen where you just kind of, you grab something and it just feels too light? That's how these are. They're just too light. It just throws the balance of the knife off a little bit. And I'm just not a fan. It's not that they're not good knives. It's a great looking knife, like blade and everything. And I don't even dislike the appearance. It just does. They don't feel right in hand. So Piranha, I will tell you, Piranha makes some really good, button locks, button lock autos. They're not super expensive, and they have got some really good. Is this an auto? A lot of theirs are autos. Piranha Predator automatic tactical knife, blue aluminum, $199, and they are snappy. It's an out the side. It's not an out the front. But they have an action. If you like the action that's on a Pro-Tech auto, you definitely you'll definitely like the action on a Piranha. I've handled a few of them. It's got a super strong spring, a lot of snap to it. Like I said, it feels a lot like a Pro-Tech. I'm not a big fan of that much snap in an auto, especially in out the side, because it's slamming into that stop pin, so you might get some blade play. But like if you like a snappy auto, they make some that are pretty good. I actually we had a little one up at the shop, Fair and Forge, for a while that sat on the desk, and I've seen more than one person deploy that and have it come out of their hand. They're like, holy shit. So yeah, these are pretty good, and they're not that expensive. They're made in the USA. You know what? I need to try and get a hold of these guys and see if I can get somebody on the channel to talk about their knives. But yeah, if you're looking for an out the side, the Predators are really good, and this is $289 MSRP. They've got it for $199. That is not a bad deal. Here's another cool one. I had one of these on the channel here not too long ago. This is one of the Extrema ratios. You guys remember when I did the video about these? There's ways to get them to New York. Dang, Ross, you know it. So this is one of those Extrema ratios. I had one of these on the channel here not long ago. This is that dagger one that we had on here. They're not bad. $206. I sharpened them. They're an N690 spear point. The problem with them is they are so thick behind the edge. Super thick behind the edge. No matter what I did, like I mean, I'd have to go back and look at the video, but I want to say it was like, Jesus, it was huge. It was almost a quarter of an inch behind the edge, if I remember right. They're well built. There's nothing wrong with like the overall quality of the knife. It's just they're too thick. Let's go back. Saw another Extrema ratio. What is this? This is a Tonto neck knife. I don't know, guys. What do you think about that one? What do you think of this one? Guys, if you're watching and you haven't dropped a like, I would really appreciate it if you did at least drop a like. I'm not going to try and strong arm anyone into dropping super chats or anything, but what is this? A knife to field dress and M1 Abrams. Ugh. I would have to see one of these in person before I would make it's kind of unique. It looks like something you would see at a video game, but I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it all around. It would, let's see, is there any more pictures of it? No. I don't think that would be for me. They've got it in black. I've seen this one, the Boker Texas toothpick. Have you guys seen these? I had one come in. It's got a trailing point style blade. Here, let's click on it. Really thin, really slender. You guys never saw this on the channel. And there's a reason, because I never did the video about it. Because there were more things about it that I didn't like. Like, it wasn't a bad knife. It was just like I couldn't find stuff that I liked about it. No, because I'm not a masochist. I heard it was horrible. So yeah, this is not one that I could really get behind. It came in, I sharpened it. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's just like I couldn't find anything about it that I liked. And so it was going to be really hard to say anything good about it. But they do come in black G10 and Cocobolo wood, which this is the version that I had come in. And like I said, they did a really good job on it. The woodwork and stuff on it is good. You see, it's got a really unique pocket clip that follows it. It was not bad at all as far as like carry and stuff like that. But you can see it's just, it's like a folding fillet knife. and I just wasn't a real big fan of how it felt and everything, and I just couldn't find enough good things about it for me to actually do a video. But I would not like try to talk you out of getting it. It is this is that one that I was going to tell you. This had such good deep hollows on it. It reminded me a lot of the Kaiser sliver that came in that was a narrow blade. It was a fairly narrow blade, but it also had been done in it had been done in a really thin hollow grind. So deep hollow, like almost like it didn't double up, like it didn't come down as a hollow and then thicken up. You know, when you look at a Sabenza, like you run your fingers down, you can feel the blade thicken back up where the hollow is in the middle, and then the edge kind of thickens back up. So as you would sharpen, it's going to get down. It's actually going to get thinner over time as you get into that. It wasn't like that. It was like it was hollowed down all the way up, like the edge of the wheel was coming out. So it was really, really thin. So it cut really well, but it was just, I just couldn't get behind how it felt in hand. So I do see something cool. This is that Boker slip joint. I think this is this the Boker Plus Boston slip joint. I've seen these. I've never had one on the channel, but I have handled them. These are okay. They're not a super great slip joint. It's a Boker. So you're looking at a $79 slip joint. So it's okay, but it's not great. Boker Plus stuff is starting to get a little bit better. I've said that for a long time. I really used to like Boker. When I was younger, and then I realized kind of the quality issues they had, and then they've kind of stepped it back up. The Burnley Quaken was the first one that I really saw. This is kind of interesting, though. That's kind of an interesting little slip joint. What do you guys think about this one? How many broken imports do I need to trade for a decent Bark River? I don't know. I have a Bark River, but I wouldn't trade it. It was a gift to me here at the channel from one of the subscribers. Yeah, that's kind of a unique looking one. This is that. Okay. I've seen this a couple different places. What's the price on this? Yeah, $42. It's a little fixed blade, but it's not bad at all. See what I'm saying? It's just pretty simplistic. I'm just curious. I've never gotten to handle one. I've seen these on other websites. I'm just kind of thinking this wouldn't be too bad. It's almost like a little scalpel. You don't like that one, JB? JB Knife Collector doesn't like that one, apparently. Let's see. What else we got here? There's another one of those. This is NAFS. This is that NAFS.com. NAFS company, Lander EDC liner lock. This is, I think I saw somebody talking with Ben from NAFS about this. I don't know. I'm gonna say I probably am not gonna be a fan of that pocket clip. That's not horrible looking. What are we looking at here? $58. What's the steel? D2, and it's coated. I mean, that's not too bad right there. Oh, guys, if you partake in the Pew Pew festivities, these things are great. So when you hit them with, I mean, even if it's a pellet gun, you get a, yeah. See, you get a visual sight picture of where you hit, so you can see it pretty easily. It's day glow. These things are great. I love them. We always had a handful of them around the house when I was younger. What is this? What are we talking about? I have one problem with the lander. It's the pocket clip. I figured the pocket clip doesn't look great. The nice thing is these days there's enough knives that share that same hole pattern where you can just basically take another pocket clip off another knife and put it on. There's more of the Bradford Guardian 3s, fixed blades, Microtech. These I like. These I do like. I've gotten to see a couple of these. I've sharpened a couple of them without the serrations. These are a nice little knife. For an OTF, they've got the button in the middle, so they're truly ambidextrous without having to change a pocket clip. I know I said that in the OTF video we did the other day, but they are really nice. Really nice little OTFs with the scale mounted button, which is kind of becoming my preference. If I was going to have an OTF, if I was going to buy one from now, that's probably what I would get, would be something with the button out the side or on the side of the scale. Microtech Truodon. That's I like that angle that you get on the blade because the way the handle is angled. I really do like that. It gives it a good look. Spartan. See, I have the small version of this. I have the UTX 85 version. So that's that one we were just looking at. You guys don't seem to be real interested in this. We could do something else if you want. I don't know. It's up to you. It keeps kicking me out. I don't know what's going on with that. If there's something else you guys want to do, we could always do something else. We could actually look at Mall Ninja stuff. Seems like this is not. God, you guys always with the cutlery corner. Theo likes it. Hang on a second. I've got to get this brought back up. It's Monday, Mike. Yeah, I know. I'm just sitting here and I'm pissed off about all the shit that was going on earlier. So, yeah, I like that. I have one just like it, except mine's the UTX 85. So the UTX 85 basically is, these knives are basically all the same. 1, 2, 3 different, they're just different in color scales. This is another UTX 85. Here you go. So the UTX 85 is what I have right here. So basically it's 85% the size. Where'd I put it? So you can see it here. I'll show you. In case you're curious and you didn't see it in some of my other videos, oh, it's okay. I just was curious if there was something else you guys want to do. So in case just so you can see the difference, this is the Ultratech. So this would be the size of the regular one. This is the UTX 85. And I mean, they are exactly the same knife. Well, I mean, they're exactly the same, with the exception one is just a little bit smaller than the other one. So they're pretty cool. I think that the UTX 85 is a really good all-around size, even though the deadlock has kind of spoiled most out the fronts for me. This is a really good size. But as Will here has said, I am really thinking about selling all of my autos that I currently have to get the one I want. You know what I mean? I want a deadlock. I have got 2 Ultratechs and a Heretic that I may be willing to part with to replace just to get one of those deadlocks. It'd be good. It'd be good. I think I'd like the Hera, but I don't have much hands on with a Microtech. Well, this isn't a Hera. So this is the Heretic knives, not Hera. Fuck, I can't think. Heretic. This is a Heretic knives Medusa. There it is. Heretic knives Medusa. So I really do like this. It's got the old original H clip. It's had some carry, but I'm going to post this up. I'm going to post this. This is probably one of the best out the sides. Like, I may try to find something else because I really do like this. This is one of the best out the sides on the market. I really, really love it. So what's up, Mark? But yeah, I honestly have, that's been bouncing around in my head, is to sell a couple things to get a deadlock. So, oh, you guys can't see that yet. So yeah, but that's what a UTX 85. It's just 85% the size of the others. Let's see. Let's scroll down here and see if there's anything actually cool. Most of this stuff, like this, Jason Perry, I'm sorry, that for $300, I'm not all about that. That is so plain. Saber grinds. Saber grinds are not great, and this just looks like Cutlery Corner Network punched steel. And for $300, 1095 steel, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. I do get the fact it's handmade. It's I'm trying to see here if it's handmade. It says hunting knife from Jason Perry Blade Works, but it definitely doesn't say if it is handmade or not. Looks like a kid's first knife. Yeah, I'm not big on any of this Jason Perry stuff. I've talked to people. This has happened a couple times. I've come across these Jason Perry knives, and people are like, "Oh, they're so great." I'm like, I'll have to take your word for it. Like, I haven't got to see one in hand, but to look at them, I'm like, I don't see. Spartan Blades Harsey folder. We don't have to look at that. We already know that's a good knife. I did the review of it. Benchmade Triage Auto with the squared off tip. I don't like that at all. It looks like they broke something at the factory and just decided to sell it anyway. Like, we broke that. We're just still going to sell it. Bastinelli Creations. That's a good looking knife. Who made this? Bastinelli Creations. Bastion, and who else? DB Boone. So I would imagine this was done by the same people that did my little fixie. Thought I grabbed it. Oh, I thought I did. My little fixie Acheron. Whoever did the ones for Acheron. I want to say Viper. It was probably done by Viper Knives in Italy. Looks like it. It's not a bad looking knife. I like everything Bastion has ever. I like anything Bastion's ever done. No, I think it's Viper. I think Viper does it. I'm 100% sure. I know that Viper did the Bastinelli Acheron collab that I have here. So that's not. See, this isn't meant for chopping. This is. Oh, Oh, no, you were talking about a different knife. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm 100%. It looks like if it was done in Italy, it was probably done by Viper. Lion Steel M3 fixed blade. I have this exact knife. This is a great knife. Mine is actually an M4. Mine is the exact knife, except mine has a Kydex handle. That was another gift to the YouTube channel. That's a really good knife right there. We're not going to talk about that dick bag. Mora knives, can't go wrong with Mora knives. $14. That is a really, really good knife for the price. Victorinox, this is a cheap kitchen knife. I'm not going to talk about that because we'll get into the whole thing about my channel sponsor that's going to start sponsoring some of the videos before too long. Pro-Tech knives. Now, you just found out that Bastinelli is French. Yeah, he's a crazy French dude. If you watch a video, I did, anytime I'm at a show and Bastion is there, Bastion Coves and his wife, I love them. They're great. I always wind up spending a lot of time at their table just because he's so fun and goofy and just an awesome dude to hang out with. Pro-Tech knives. I'm gonna say something that might be something that a lot of people might not like. I'm not a fan of Pro-Tech knives. There's some quality control issues that I have with their primary grinds, and the fact that the snap of them is so hard that you guarantee, like, every time I do it, I'm like, fuck, how's that stop pin not breaking? I don't like. I think they're too hard. I think they're too snappy, and there's other people that agree with me. Now, are they a quality knife? Yeah. Oh, here you go. Pepper kit. These pepper ball guns. We had to take pepper ball guns away from the military police on the base. Smith & Sons Apex fixed blade knife, blue black G10. You know, I'm not bad. I'm okay with that. That's a good looking skin and knife. That would be comfortable. Let's see. How's that look? No. I definitely like that better. That's not horrible. I think it would be very ergonomic to do an animal skin out with. Oh, hey guys, who is this? Monochrome EDC. Hey guys, sorry if I'm not talkative. I'm in the middle of a night driving with my wife. We enjoy watching your chill stream. Hope you're having a great Monday. Hey, where'd it go? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. The poor man. The poor man. I saw that you got gifted a membership. I don't think you ever entered the Gilded server. Sorry to see you go. I really did like having some of you guys in there. If you ever get gifted a membership, make sure you utilize all the aspects of it, because I think a lot of you guys just never got into the Gilded server, never got to experience. Like we did movie night Friday night. We did a fight stream where we watched pre-recorded UFC fights on Saturday. So if you guys got gifted a membership from the Beard of Doom, take advantage of it, because there's a lot of stuff that we do. But Monochrome EDC, thank you very much. I appreciate the donation for the 10 bones. Let's see here. Drive safe. Yeah, be careful. Don't have an autos. For their non-autos, Mordax, I'd say that they are good. Would you say they're good quality? You know what? I'm not going to speak on it because the reason I'm not going to speak on it is because I have some insider knowledge of what happened with some of the high-end ones. So I can't. I really can't. I'm in an NDA with the boys over at Ferrum Forge. So I would say I got really upset with something that happened with that whole deal. The titanium button lock Mordax, Pro-Tech Mordaxes that were done that Elliot was doing. They were good. So they were good, but there was definitely some issues that I would not expect in a $600 knife. The best thing about the gilded is not just the gilded, but Mike's knowledge of sharpening different shapes. Yeah, that's right. If you're a premium tier member, here, let me get this. If you're a premium tier member, you get access to a sharpening tutorial series. Yeah, here you go. Will be. I was up till almost 5 a.m. watching movies with Mike and a few others. We had a good time. We watched 2 movies. I got into the giggle grass big time. I definitely slept late the next day when I didn't want to. I like the Mordax too, but I see so many issues in the Mordax that they did versus the OG in-house build Mordax that I have. So yeah, well, you only nodded off once. You did only nod off once. I need to figure out how to use it. Well, I mean, I kicked everybody. So I scrubbed the server. So if you're not a paying member now, which I can see you're not, you can't access it because I booted everyone. It's a paying member. Sorry, but it's a benefit for the paying members. So yeah, this Smith and Sons, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I definitely like this. This is another one of the Smith and Sons. Now that is just plain old, good, solid knife making right there. That's just a good, solid knife. Well, you got gifted a membership, and then I have basically a Discord. That's what the Gilded server was. Holy hell, I almost pulled a Jared. My Chavez fell off the table, went to pick it up, the flipper tab deployed the blade, and I stepped on the handle. Guys, there is a reason I always wear sandals, even at least sandals out here. That thing that happened to Jared's foot is something I've had nightmares about. Was this the action is super strong, so I get scared sometimes, but I had a great experience with their customer service. I'm sure it's, if any parts break, they'll take care of me. I'm pretty sure they would. I just don't like the idea. I just don't like the idea of that. Where are they made, Mike? Let's look at this. This Smith and Sons, it's a USA made knife. So this is their model, the Brave model. You know what that looks like? I'm going to say that black rich light, maple and black rich light. You know what that looks like to me? Now you guys can tell me if you think I'm full of shit. But doesn't that look like a Southern grind? Doesn't that have like a Southern grind kind of vibe to it? Like a fixed blade Southern grind? I'm seeing that and I'm kind of feeling it. Watch this. I got heartburn. Watch this. Ask Isabel Emler, can you bring me like 3 of the Tums?
Send it.
Send it.
Done.
Full send. Yeah, this is kind of like Southern grind kind of vibes on that. I'm feeling it like the monkeys. I can't remember what the monkey edge by Southern grind or something like that. That's kind of what I'm getting, that like handle vibe with the blade. It's got kind of that look to it, I think. I got heartburn. Thank you. That's why we have children. That's why we have kids, right? That's what we need them for. Saddle Ridge. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Southern grind. I don't dislike that. I get behind that. There's another one. That Shoal fixed blade. It's a little skinnier than I typically would like, but USA made knife, $155. AEBL steel. It's not bad looking at all. Look at that. Let's take a look. That's a pretty good looking knife. I like the handles on that. I really like the handles on that. Definitely, I don't like AEBL typically, but I would not complain too much. That's a good looking knife. That is a pretty good looking knife. They have a bunch. Axiom fixed blade, $170, also in AEBL. Let's take a look at that one. I don't dislike that at all. Yeah, that's good call, Turbo. Made in Louisiana. I don't know what is doing that. I disabled the thing where I could swipe left. I don't know what's causing that. Let me get this page back up. Just to let you know, if you don't want to step on the handle of Chavez. Sharp points everywhere. I dropped the full-sized version. I dropped a Chavez 228 on my toe, and I had to drill a hole in my toenail to let the pressure out because I thought my foot was going to explode. The full size, I'm talking the full size, like the full deal. Huge. I mean, this is not a little knife. I dropped it on my big toe on my left foot and had to drill. I did not lose the nail. Not the whole nail. I lost like part of it when it came up to the end, but it grew back out. But I was in there with a tiny little carburetor drill bit, like the tiniest drill bit I could find, in a pinch vise with my foot up on the workbench, like just twisting that thing, just trying to drill a hole in my toenail just to relieve the pressure. Because I don't like doing the hot needle thing. I don't think it lets the blood pressure out the way it's supposed to. You've got to let that pressure out. If you use a hot needle, it cauterizes it and then you don't get anything. I used a tiny, tiny little drill bit in a pinch vise, like a hand drill, and drilled through my toenail to let the pressure out. I tell you, it was so, like when it hit, it was like, I was like, oh, that's so much better. Yeah, it sucks. ABL and Nitro V are similar. Nitro V has, you hear people say that like 154 CM and AEBL are the same. Was RWL 34 is the same, and I'm like, I disagree. I absolutely disagree. They're absolutely different. So let's go ahead and go back to this. We're going to look at this. We'll give this another 10-15 minutes. Yeah, and I definitely would much rather use just a really small drill bit and drill into that pocket of blood underneath. It definitely helps. You know what they say about big hands and big feet? Big shoes and gloves, big gloves. That's it. What do they say about a big toe? What do they say about a big toe there, Turbo Goth Venti? Later, Blue Madi. Let's see here. Yeah, I like those Smith & Oh, they have folders too. Now, I'm not a big fan of that blade shape. I've seen other knives that have that blade shape. It's nothing to do with big thumbs. I have big thumbs. I'm just big all around. Good night, Blue Mighty Ninja. Hey, I saw that you mentioned me in some of your videos, and I apologize. I have not done the same, but there's just so much stuff. So many other channels that I have to mention and stuff like that. Have I met? I have had Magna Cut, but I have not had proper heat treat on Magna Cut yet. So, like I was saying, this is not a bad looking knife. I've never been a fan of that blade shape. I don't like the big upsweep at the very end like that. I like some. Ooh, pardon me. I like something more in the middle of that, between those two. But $149 for a USA made D2 drop point. Is this a slip joint? No, it's a liner lock. So, made in the USA. It's in D2 steel, which is a good steel if you're not me. Like, I can make anything rust for some reason. Cancept, what are you thinking? That is hideous. That is absolutely something that I would expect to see on Cutlery Corner Network, which is what we're going to do in about 10 minutes. Size of a man's hand to his face says a lot about his astrological sign. I put about as much stock in that as I do, like trying to. Holy balls, that's terrible. Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst look at concept I've seen. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Look at that. Does it light up? Like, if it lit up, I could see, yeah, maybe. Well, that's not very big at all. Look, for size reference, like, too bad they didn't use a banana. That's not big. That's not a very big knife. Yeah, I'm not a fan. What's this one got on it? What is that? Oh, it's the horseless head. It's the horseless headman. I mean, headless horseman. I mean, you know what I mean. I used to do that. I used to do that to my daughter all the time. I was like, it's the horseless headman. She's like, what? The horseless headman. It's the guy, the Halloween thing. Yeah, I definitely can accept the fact. I just don't like the knife. I don't find it. Let's see the size reference for the Corvid. Okay, that's a fairly decent sized knife. $78, that's not bad. I don't like that color. But I have to say, go back to this pocket clip that I've handled on a couple of the other concept knives with this big spoon at the end is not bad. I don't like these big, tall, deep carry pocket clips, but definitely they are comfortable on the knives I've handled with that. I don't typically like some of the pocket clips that Concept and Kaiser use. They're just too uncomfortable in hand. Let's see here. Sencut Crowley. That's okay. I haven't got to handle one of these yet. That's a good looking knife. I love that knife right there. That is a good looking knife. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the pocket clip. It's the same one that was on the Brazen and the Riffle, but it wasn't horrible on those, and I imagine it's not going to be bad on this either. The only problem I had with it was moved a lot. That's a good looking knife right there. Button lock. Whew, I've got to get Jared to send me the one that he has. That's a good looking knife. I like that blade shape and handle combo. I like the handle material on that. That's a good looking combo right there. That black and almost emerald green. Let's see here. I'll tell you who else has got some really good button lock flippers right now. Artisan. that one that they have, the Ray Laconico Andromeda, and then they have another one called the Lago, and one that is really looks like a I'm trying to think. Almost looks like a Ferrum Forged Knives Gent. It's a good looking knife. They're button locks, and the button locks on them are really good. It's called the Jesus Christ, I can't think of the name of the one that they sent me. The Lago, the Andromeda, and then something else. It's almost like a button lock Ferrum Forged Gent is what it kind of looks like to me. I'm not saying like they took the design. I'm just saying like it's along those lines. Yeah, $47. Green micarta. What steel is it? D2 steel, but it's nice black blade. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I'm not up for buying anything in, but they have the, they have other versions of it. Let's see here. I'm not a fan of the San Angelo. I've seen a couple of them. I do have to say that they have a nice deep hollow on these, and they are very good cutters. These are really, really good cutters. They remind me of like a Canadian belt knife, like a Roach Belly, or, you know what I'm talking about? Like the Canadian belt knife. It's got the swept down handle, and then the blade, it's kind of an S shape, but it's got that big, broad leaf blade like that. I like that blade, and I like how it cuts, but I'm not such a fan of how these feel in hand. I had one come in. It didn't make it into a video, but I absolutely did like how it cut. Yeah, it's not a bad looking knife. I like the green micarta on that too. But that San Angelo, like, it's a very good cutter. It's just not something I could like. This, I don't like at all. I don't like the Tanto liner lock. I do the Sencut Bronte Tonto liner lock. That's not a Tonto. I don't know why they call it that. It's not a Tonto. It's absolutely not a Tonto. You cannot tell me that's a Tonto. That looks more like a Japanese or a Chinese ring sword. It is not a Tonto. And I don't like it. Sneaks. The big one. I don't know what's going on. Hoobastank fan. It's really good Tonto, Mike. It's not a Tonto. I lived in Japan for 13 years. I know what a Tonto blade looks like. So let's see here. Let's get this back up here. I got to share it again. It's StreamYard keeps kicking me out. Have I seen the Best Tech Todd Knife and Tool Nixie? I think I have. I think we talked about that in one of the other videos. Yeah, but that's not a Tonto. That's not a Tonto blade. And it's a top flipper, front flipper. It's not up my alley. I don't like the blade shape, and it's Kershaw Professional Fixed Blade. That's not a bad looking. That's not a bad looking fillet knife right there. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what the fuck is going on. That's happening way too often. I've been having, it could be internet issues. I'm not sure. But at any rate, that's not a bad looking fillet knife right there. I mean, if you're an outdoors kind of guy, you do a lot of like hunting and camping and stuff like that. Let's see here. Oh, Bastinelli Creations. This is the Dragotech, the mini Dragotech. I've seen the big version of this. It's pretty. Got to take care of a couple things. I've seen this at the shows. I've seen the big version of it. This is a really good knife. I've had a lot of the Bastinelli knives in hand. They are all really good. Never had issues with any issues with the Bastinelli knives or designs or anything like that. So Bastion makes a good knife. He always has. So this, I guarantee, is made in Italy. Yeah, made in Italy. I guarantee that they're being done by Viper Knives. Viper Knives is who's doing a lot of their stuff for them. Let's see what else. I'm not big into this one with the gut hook. That's a really specific. This. See, Fox Knives makes some unique and interesting stuff. Fox Knives makes some pretty unique stuff. I don't know how that would feel in hand. What are we looking at here? Overall length. What's the size on that? Yeah, that's not a real big knife. Pretty good looking sheep's foot on that. You're looking at Bowler M390, flat satin. 3.1 ounces, not real heavy. Country of origin, Italy. So Fox Knives. I think Fox Knives, Viper Knives, they're kind of in that big conglomerate. What is this? That is unique. That's a unique one right there. I prefer Italian, yet they use a Frenchman. It's all one big area. It's all Latin-based languages. For $7.95 for a little poultry knife. It's a boning poultry fixed blade knife. It's not horrible. I mean, for less than $8. Case Cutlery. Case has started making some flippers, I see. I haven't seen any of the Kinzua frame lock spear point knife, OD green, aluminum. Ooh, pardon me. S35VN, spear point, stone wash. I'd be curious to see these. Let's see. I like a lot of the Case knives are just kind of, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. A lot of the Case knives, and this is what I've seen on a lot of them, they're like really thin. Like their blades are always like stamp blades. That's still real thin looking blade stock on that. So which one? What knives are USA made knives? Yeah, I'd like to see Case like actually step out of the box and start making some better stuff. I mean, they're a USA made brand, but their knives aren't the Case. Yeah, Case knives are all USA made. They have been. Like, that's all they ever have done. It's always been American made. Yeah, always USA made. Case knives, Bradford, PA, they've always been American made. I don't think they have any offshore models. This Nah. Blade material, stainless steel, right there. Big flag on that right there. That's all you get, stainless steel. For $66, that's some Cutlery Corner Network stuff right there. Let's see here. Red Horse knives, there's some more of the Karamahawks. I'm not a fan. What is this? Is this model? Where's this made? Italy? What is this? I've never seen one of these. MKM Hawkbill Liner Lock. I've never heard of this company. They're made in Italy. Let's see what else. I saw another one. This looks, guys, doesn't that look really similar to the Pilar? Oh, okay. Yes, Case Knives is in a factory with Zippo in Bradford, PA. They share a factory with Zippo. Zippo knife. If you buy a Zippo knife, it's a Case knife. But what I was saying was, let me zoom this back out. Doesn't that look like the Pilar? The CRKT Pilar? They have a Laconico designer too. Oh, I did not know that. Oh, so this, okay. So this is the company that Bob had some other knives with. I see. Guys, I think my Wi-Fi is the culprit here with this whole thing, me getting kicked out, because I keep getting a notification. They make most of the GiantMouse. Vox is one of the main design. Okay, so they make the GiantMouse stuff. That makes sense, because I had a GiantMouse, and Vox also. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Not a bad looking knife. I like the Pilar. I would probably like that. This is in M390, $100 for Bowler M390. I don't know how I feel about that great big hole in it right there, but other than that, it's a good looking knife. I'd like this one. Oh, I'd like the clip. I like the clip point one better, but let's go back because I wanted to look at something. So for 38, these are horrible. Guys, I just did a video that's going up tomorrow about good versus bad kitchen knives. These are not good kitchen knives. Don't buy these. Chicago Cutlery. I have an entire set of Chicago Cutlery that's in there. The only thing I need out of that entire set of Chicago Cutlery knives are the steak knives, because the steak knives aren't horrible, because steak knives don't have to be great. Oh, an Ulu. Guys, have you ever used an Ulu for some of your stuff, like for chopping vegetable, or not chopping vegetable, chopping in like herbs and stuff like that in the kitchen? These things are great. They are great. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think it's the same designer. I think Vox is the same designer for the Pilar, which, like I said, was a really good knife. I did like that CRKT Pilar. These things are great in the kitchen, but you definitely get a sheath for it. Let's see here. Condor knives, Ulu. How much is this? $63. That's not bad. Hollow grind. It's not a huge one either. No, they're in Italy. They're in Italy. MKM. When I saw it, like, their knives look like the Italian style knives, I knew that they were from somewhere around there, but I just couldn't put two and two together in my head until somebody said the Terzuola connection. Definitely, I was like, oh, that's right. He did do a couple of Italian-made knives. What else we got here on the new arrivals? Kitu Cleaver kitchen knife, walnut wood. Guys, well, that's just hideous. And here you go again, stainless steel. Okay. just a quick preview of what we're going to talk about in the kitchen knife video tomorrow. If something is marked just as stainless without any other clarifying information as to the type of stainless, things like that, that is just something that you just want to avoid. And I'm not saying it just because like I have their knives or I have their affiliate link and stuff like that. It's just the fact that if you're going with a reputable brand of knives, they're going to tell you what kind of steel it is. I've got two of the Dahlstrong knives here. They're both marked. One is in X50 CRMO 15V. The other one is AUS 10. I cannot find a marking even on my Heckles, my JR Heckles. Those aren't even marked as to what steel they are. It just says stain proof or no stain. And I'm like, well, that's not telling me what the steel is. I didn't even think about it because those Heckles are kind of expensive. They're like $89 each. No, they're still just garbage, no-name steels. And I thought we had some really good knives. I think 14C28N would be an amazing kitchen knife steel. You know what else would be good? Really, really good? VG10, which has been used in kitchen knives for a very long time. Let's go ahead and look. So there's an Ulu. Here's a Boker history knife and tool, Japanese Army pin knife. This I've actually seen before. I've seen these before. It's got a bottle opener. Yeah, it's got a bottle. See, there's a bottle opener built into it. I've actually seen these, mainly because, well, you can't see them. There it is. I've actually seen these before. Let's go back here. I was talking about this. Like, this is like, that's garbage. No good, garbage steel. $78. I wouldn't give you $7 for that. And then I looked down here and I was talking about this Boker history knife and tool, Japanese Army pen knife with a saw and everything. But I've seen this exact model with the bottle opener on it in Japan at little stores. I mean, not by Boker, but I definitely have seen them in like hardware stores and stuff like that. So let's get back here. What is this? I'm intrigued. $19, key disc. What is this? 10 rubber spacers and a set of extenders. Bottle opener, key fob. What is this? Key disc gives you a way to keep your... Oh! It's a key bar. It's a key bar. It's a different take on the key bar that Mike made from Mike over at Mike's Key Bars. N690 is a good all-around steel in general. I'm a big fan of N690. Jesus. Keep getting kicked out of my own stream. I don't know what's going on. I gotta present the page again. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Here's the thing. I don't like the key bars because then I went out with my keys in my pocket. I much rather just put my key in my pocket and let most of them just hang. It also lets my daughter know I'm coming so she can hear me when I'm walking. She's like, well, I guess my dad's ready. He's got his keys in his pocket and I can hear him jingling. Let's see. Guys, we're looking at 100 items per page. We're showing 201 through 300. So we looked at 200 items. I'm not, here you go. See, this is what I'm saying. So when you look at a key bar or that other one, I don't like, the I don't like the whole key bar thing because it sits down in your pocket and it's just too bulky when it stacks up. I'd rather just have my keys on like 2 rings and then just put my car key in my pocket and just kind of let it be there. Joe Flowers is a babe. I don't know. I really never pay attention. I don't really pay attention to that stuff. So let's see here. I do know that the key bar flippers, I think they did another run of the key bar flippers, which was a knife that was in the key that would go in the key bar. So you can get that. Now you've back into the Microtechs. I mean, these are all pretty much the same. These are just different blade versions. We're not gonna look at that. What is this? Glow Rhino Benchmade thumb studs. Ooh, hang on. I'm curious how much these are. $24 for a set of thumb studs for Benchmade. These are the Glow Rhino stuff. So this is tritium. It definitely is pretty cool. I wish I had a knife. I wish I had a Benchmade I liked enough. I wish I had a Benchmade I liked enough to put these thumb studs on. Because I don't. That's the problem. Like, I wouldn't spend like $30. I wouldn't spend, how much are they? 30? 24. I wouldn't spend $24 on a set of glow thumb studs that only one side of it glows. So you got to remember, one side of this is a screw. And one side that hex has to fit. So one of them lights up and one side doesn't. So I just don't see it being of value enough. I like tritium. I like glow in the dark stuff, but I just can't see me having something like that. This is a knife that I have wanted to see. This is that Max Ace Hephaestus. This is a good looking knife. I like the look of this knife. I like most of the Max Ace stuff. It's all been good that I've seen. So I probably should not still be drinking coffee at 9:15 at night. Yeah, all the Max Ace stuff that I've seen has been good. I have had no problems with any of the Max Ace stuff. This is a model I want to get to see because it just looks. I like the look of everything about this. $469. I just can't do it. Bowler M390, good steel blade. I mean, it's 9.5 inches, titanium. Titanium flipper. I mean, that's a good. It is made in China, though. I don't know. I haven't. Here's the thing. Like, do I want to pay at this point? Do I want to pay $400, almost $500 for, a Chinese-made knife when I know I can get knives cheaper from companies that are really good? I just want to get to see one. I'm really curious. I just would like to get to see one. So if anybody's got one, I'm down for taking a look at them. Let's see. What else we got here? Yeah, that's a good looking knife. The Piranha Bodyguard Automatic. This is another. I think this is an out the side. Yeah, these are all out the side. I don't think I've seen a Piranha out the front. But like I said, these things really, really good action. So if you're looking for an OTF, or an automatic, that, it's not going to be quite the bells and whistles you get with some of the Microtechs and stuff like that. They are pretty good. Is this an OTF? Yeah, Piranha does have an OTF. Here you go. They have an OTF, $369. It's not a bad looking knife. I don't know if I want to spend that much for it, but if their OTFs are as good as they're out the sides, which, by the way, this is the one that we had. We had a blue one of these hanging around the shop. This is the one I was talking about. Like, it would snap out of your hand. This one would pop right out of your head. Just saying, what's up real quick? Consider that max ace, but I just bought that damn something obscene. Ooh, the something obscene knives are all good. Winston, thanks for the flannel, man. This is a great shirt. I did catch it on something. My wife had to sew it. I caught it on the security door out here at the house when I was going out the front door and ripped a little hole right at the seam. She fixed it for me. I was on my way to go over to Tino's house to pick up a couple things. So, yeah, this is the one I was talking about that would like flip out of people's hands while they were using it. You have one of their OTFs. Yes, I would absolutely love to check it out. Let me get your other knives back to you. I haven't even pulled the two Jim Skelton customs out of the box yet to do a video. I've just been I've been busy with the kid being so sick. Lansky, these, I mean, if you're going to do touch-ups in a field, I would say that one of these, talking about sharpeners, one of these rod systems like this, definitely going to be better than this. Ignore the fact that they sent you a pull through. Get this, throw this away, throw the rods in your pack and just take that. Don't worry about the other shit. Haven't seen anything I'm interested in, and M-Tech Blade HQ selling out or appealing to people that don't have $88 for a budget knife. There's been some budget knives on here. There's been some of the ones on here. They haven't been good ones. But Joshua, we're looking at just the new arrival stuff. So yeah, this wouldn't be bad. You got the ceramic rods. Like I said, throw that away. Like, throw that away. And then just keep this with the rods in it. Should be good. Here's a couple knives. I own this exact knife. I own mine is the green. Mine is green micarta, and I think it's ARRPM 9. What is mine? It's right here. Mine is S35VN and green micarta. So I own the same one, just with a different color. Just with a different color scheme. Great knife. Great knife. It's one of my favorite Laconico designs. Let's see here. Cazador, we did a giveaway of one of these on the channel here a while back. This is an interesting knife. It was pretty fun. I didn't think I was going to like it, and I definitely was surprised after carrying it for a little while. Here we go, an Archeo. I always wanted one of these, the Archeos. This has got so here, this is a double detent. So if you don't know what this is a double detent knife. This is a double detent knife like the EXW. So it doesn't have a lock. So it's a double detent, but it has a pin. So you can take that pin and you can put it in and lock the blade open and then pull it out and then go back to like double detent. So you have the option of locking it open. Yeah, Cole had one. I never got one to purchase because I had so many other knives that are similar to it. But that is a really good knife. This is another of Jesus Christ. I can't think of his name off top. Jesus Christ, my memory. I got to make an appointment with my doctor. Dylan Mallory. It's a Dylan Mallory design. That's who it is. Dylan Mallory. So that's a Dylan Mallory design, and Dylan did a really good job. Dylan has got a knack for making a knife. Even though he's got small hands, he's got a knack for making a knife that is just super comfortable. This thing is super, super good. Another one of the Dylan Mallory designs. So good. And like, it's just the fact that like when you shake hands with him, he's tiny. He's tiny, and he makes a knife super comfortable. And just his designs are always on point. Accidentally came across like this is a very good folding tactical style. Cole had an Archeo. Yeah, I know. MBK EXW. Yeah, I love MBK knives. They've got some really good stuff. Let's go back here. What else have we got that's new? There's an Archeo liner lock without the lock. I had a Best Tech knives swordfish. This was a cool knife. I just was playing around freehand grinding and ground the swedge off because I thought it would look cool. Because everybody else said the same thing. I was like, oh, you should grind that swedge off the back. It would look cool. I thought so too, until I did it and I ground that swedge all the way off. And it looked like dog shit. It definitely did not look good. Let's get back here. This wasn't a bad knife. I don't think I would ever buy it again, but it was not a bad knife. The Best Tech, it came really sharp. It just was like, it just was not quite the knife I wanted. Best Tech knives, Warwolf liner lock. That's not a bad looking knife. Best Tech, Swordfish liner lock. What is this? Tan liner. Titan liner lock. Tan. Best Tech knives, a Titan liner lock knife, a red G10, red and black. I don't like that. Swiss Army knives. Here you go. This is a knife you give your friend that can't sharpen. This is definitely the knife you give your friend that can't sharpen. Just give him that and a box of utility knife blades. Come on. There we go. CMB made knives. Okay, so I've had 2 of the CMB made knives in. I still have one that I have to finish a review of. The CMB knives, the CMB made knives have been really good. And their prices are not crazy. K-Bar Becker Companion Fixed Blade. You're not going to beat a K-Bar. You're not going to beat a K-Bar when it comes to a fixed blade. Blade material, 1095 Crovan. Yeah, that's a good knife right there. $136. The BK22. You're not gonna go wrong with that. Let's see. QSP Offspray liner lock. QSP knives are really good too. And they're not. That's another batch of knives that's not going to break the. Not going to break the bank. So let's see here. Yeah, the Osprey liner lock. The whole thing is like, I don't understand the name thing because like I got a cease and desist over the name Wasp or Hornet. I got a cease and desist over the name Hornet and Viper for a couple of my knives. And the Osprey is well, I have an Osprey. It's right here. This is the Oxworks Osprey. So I don't understand how the whole naming thing works with knives. Because this is an Osprey, that's an Osprey. I really don't know. I forget that I have this. I have knives that I forget are in my case. That's a video I should do. Knives I forgot I own. I should just do that video someday. Knives I forgot. Oh shit, I forgot I owned that. Well, guys, I'm going to end this. We're not going to go any further, but we made it to the QSP stuff. So We made it like 250 items in on the new arrivals. Stay. So videos are going up. Any of you guys that donated, I really appreciate it. Any of you guys that became new paying members, I didn't see any that popped up today, but I know that there's a couple that actually joined on their own, that were not gifted memberships. Bearded Doom did that shit. So like anybody that donates, I really appreciate it. I thank you very much. It definitely helps out. Keep an eye out. There's a video that goes up tomorrow. It's good versus bad kitchen knives. There's going to be some kitchen knife videos because I've got some new ones. I got some new ones in from a channel sponsor. I got those stones in. We're going to do some sharpening videos. I think I'm going to try and shoot. I can't shoot tomorrow. Well, maybe. I'm going to try and shoot a sharpening video talking about the differences between sharpening kitchen knives and sharpening like EDC folding knives and things like that, because there are some minor differences, but typically sharpening is sharpening. It's actually a lot easier to sharpen a kitchen knife than it is, say, something like this, because there's a lot less material to deal with. So Chuck It just jumped in to say hey. So hey, cool. I'm gonna get off of here. It's been a fun 2 hours. It's not as much fun to look at good knives because I like those were all like everything there was all good stuff, with the exception of a couple. If we were on like an actual Mall Ninja site, it makes it more fun because I get to joking and picking on stuff. But pretty much everything we saw tonight, really decent knives. Don't forget any of that stuff you saw. If you're interested in it, I have a Blade HQ link down below. So there's 2 or 3 Fenrirs. Somebody told me that there's one of those that I need to see, and I haven't yet. The problem is that a lot of people are like, oh, I started telling people like, yeah, I'll bring knives in. But if you were to see how much stuff I still have to get through before I would even get to their stuff, a lot of times what happens is people will send me stuff and then it sits here and they're like, hey man, when am I gonna get my knife back? And I was like, hey man, there's a lot of other people's stuff that they're asking the same thing. And I mean, there's 5 videos a week that go up and I still have got 2 boxes of stuff sitting on the floor. And I haven't even gotten to JB Knife Collector's knives. So, but there's stuff that you have to do. Like there's comparison videos and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, I love y'all. I'm going to end this. I'm going to go tell my kid good night. And I will see you probably Wednesday. I'm not sure what's going on Wednesday. Like I said, the kid's still got a lot of testing and stuff we have to do. And she has a lot of appointments now because there's some things she's going to have to do to basically retrain her muscles to not force food up and out. So, guys, I love y'all. I'm out of here. I'll talk to you later. See you next time.